In this video, I'm making an end grain herringbone chopping board. Thanks for clicking play. Welcome to my bomb shelter basement workshop, where today I'm making another chopping board because I got a really nice slab of wood from work. The last chopping board I did with nice wood turned out amazing, so I wanted to do it again, but I wanted to try something different and make it even better, so I've decided to do herringbone. Now, if you don't know what that is, it is slanted pieces of wood clamped together, overlapping. I'll put a picture on the screen now. Well, there's not many people who have done videos on it because it's tricky to do. A lot of the videos I saw were actually chevrons, not herringbone. There was one guy who had a video and I pretty much stole his ideas for this one, so I'm gonna have a go and see if it works out. First, I need to prep this slab of wood. Just about to start cutting the blocks, and I always get worried at this part because my stuff seems to go wrong no matter how many times I've measured. But I've done a few plans on the computer. I've made a little stopping jig thing here. That should help, so let's get cutting. Even though I made a fancy scrap wood, zero clearance jig, I've still got tear out on my wood, so I'm gonna have to sand everything. Ugh. Moment of truth, did I get my measurements right? Or how badly did I get them wrong? How cool does that look? And there's a little added bonus. I forgot that this slab of wood was cut into blocks originally. So there's gonna be crisscross diagonal herringbone stuff, and there's gonna be random squares in there as well. But this is the part where it starts getting complicated because how the hell do I clamp it together? I could clamp it from here, but then I'm gonna need eight clamps that way, but I'd also need 11 clamps that way. They'd have to overlap. That doesn't make sense. It also doesn't fit in the planer, so I'm probably gonna have to do half and half, I think. Also gonna have tons of waste, because when I straighten this up, all these corners come off. Do I cut them off first or not? At the end, I definitely think I should be cutting these corners off and sticking them in there to make it a little bit wider. There's so many things to think about, and this is probably why there's not a lot of herringbone chopping videos out there. Well, the video I did watch, and I will have put in the description, he made a triangle shaped jig to put even pressure on it. And that's what I'm gonna have a go at, but I know I'm gonna get it wrong. The jig, she is not jigging. I probably won't include all the footage of me making measurements because it's boring, but I did a lot and it still doesn't work. I don't know what to do. I've had an idea. Now, the jig needs to be perfect. I'm not good at doing things perfect, and you also need to know the exact sizes. I've never done this before, I don't know the sizes. But inside each section, there's a perfect 45-degree triangle. I should be able to do that. And then I just clamp the triangles, I think. I'm quite confident the triangles are going to work. There's just one last issue to figure out. My long clamp won't touch the edges once all the other clamps are on. I'm just gonna go for it. I can't believe that after all that, I still went for the 1,000,001 clamps method. I'm not very happy with that because it's probably going to end up bowed. I'll leave it to dry tonight, come back tomorrow, see if we can solve the problem. It's not looking too bad. There's a few small gaps, but yeah, that's looking kind of... Oh dear. There's a big gap there. I think that's where one of the clamps is pulling directly on the top. There's a few small gaps. It's not too bad. That's slightly out of line. That could be a problem. Yeah, I can't be bothered with the triangle system, so I'm just going to use 1,000,001 clamps again. I might actually win an award for this one. Worst glue up on YouTube. I just can't be arsed. I go on holiday in 6 days, so if this one isn't glued straight tomorrow, I might just give it up. Want the truth, how bad does it look? That's pretty good. Ooh. But we've got issues. It doesn't join up together properly. This is probably why you just clamp it together in one piece. Now, I scraped some of the glue off from in between the joints, tried as many combinations as possible, and we've got one that kind of fits, but there's still gaps, so I've got to figure this out. Now, on some of these sections, they're out by like 0.5 millimeter, which might be pushing it one way, so I'm going to sand each section at a time, but as I sand it, it's going to move this block one way, which might create a gap somewhere else. I don't think I can fix it. I've been trying to work it out, and I think that if I sand here, sand there, I could spend a couple of hours and end up making it worse. And I've only got 4 days to get this done, so I'm gonna do something stupid and maybe cool, and then we'll revisit the herringbone video in a month or two, see if I can actually get it done. And this is why I hate my Evolution table saw. It's the parting of the seas down the middle there, none of it straight. But this is my crazy idea. It's kind of a symmetrical herringbone chopping board. I need to get this straight before I can do anything else though. I ran this through the table saw 10 times and still got a gap. It's not as big, I could probably get away with it, but what I think I'm gonna do is put these triangle bits in, and then I'll end up with 2 square pieces, and hopefully I should be able to straighten them easier. But some of these triangles still aren't straight. That one's not bad apart from the gap there, so I'm gonna have to sand them before I can glue them in. Triangle sections added. It looks quite nice. There's only a few gaps here and there, which I think I can fix with glue. Apart from this one, that's quite a big one, so I might have to chop that off. But first, I'm gonna have to try get this straight and this straight, and then I can glue it together. It's still not cutting straight. And yes, I probably should use a planer to get this flat, but I don't have one. If I had a table saw sled, that might help, but I tried to make one and it was rubbish. And I just don't have the time to be messing around, so I'm gonna have another couple of goes on the table saw and just clamp the crap out of it. Now that it's out of the clamps, it is looking really cool. I've got these nice little corner bits here. On the side, we've got these massive corner bits. I was gonna fix these, but I've run out of time, can't be bothered, so I'm just gonna leave them and have this weird shaped chopping board. So now I need to sand this, fill the gaps in. I'm gonna give it some edges with a router and then put some oil on it and see how it looks. Let's go. So I think this is what you call failing upwards, because I ruined the herringbone chopping board, but I feel like I've made something amazing. Because I started with a block of wood that was essentially slabs of wood, there's loads of different squares. I also started to do the herringbone pattern, so they're in kind of triangle directions with those different squares. And because I failed the herringbone, I've got this symmetrical line going down the middle. It's exactly the type of stuff I like making because it looks insane. And I didn't plan on doing this. This is the way it turned out. The fact that I was lazy and didn't fix these corners so they don't look like these corners, I think that's cool. It looks so different. Like, it doesn't look like a regular square chopping board. I've gone for the same handles that I did on my last video, where I just got a triangle bit and just routed a slant around this section with a tiny bit of flat bit there. Obviously we put some feet on the bottom. The bottom section doesn't look too good, but it also doesn't look too bad either. Like, there's one or two sections with a few kind of noticeable gaps, but nothing major. And again, keeping it simple and kind of industrial, I've given it this big slant corner all the way around, but then a small slant on the underside. And obviously, once the oil went on, it just made all the grains pop, and it looks phenomenal. Again, it's one of those projects where I failed multiple times, but because I carried on, I've ended up with something awesome, and I'm kind of proud of myself with this one. Now, I will be listing this for sale eventually, but I'm gonna leave it in my house for about 2 or 3 months, just in case it dries out and cracks. I wouldn't wanna sell something online for it to then be ruined 6 months later. But how much do you think I could sell something like this for online? Let me know in the comments below. And that's the end of the video, but when this comes out, I'll probably be on a plane to go snowboarding, so I will try to reply to comments as soon as I can. I've also made another video. It's a boring review filler episode, but that'll be coming out next week, so weekly videos, I'm still hitting it, and then when I get back, I'll do something else. But yeah, for now, thanks very much for watching. If you made it this far, if you've got any tips, questions, or suggestions, stick them in the comments below. If you could subscribe, that would be awesome, and I'm going on holiday. See you when I get back.